The Roland FC-100 Mark II is really two foot pedals. The FC-100 Mark II can be used in RRC foot pedal mode or in Midi foot pedal mode. For most guitar players, they use the FC-100 Mark II as a foot controller for the Roland GP-16 or GM-70. This is the default mode for the FC-100 Mark II. The FC-100 Mark II ships from the factory in RRC foot pedal mode. The second, less well-known mode is the Midi foot pedal mode. This mode is only available when the FC-100 Mark II is used with the rare Roland RMC-1. The RMC-1 turns the FC-100 Mark II into an independent Midi pedal. How do you get the FC-100 Mark II into Midi mode? Editing the Midi foot pedal parameters puts the FC-100 Mark II into Midi pedal mode. You know the FC-100 Mark II is in Midi mode because the tiny little LED next to the numeric display will be lit. There are 4 settings for Midi mode. Setting A, Midi mix on or off. Setting B, Midi channel. Setting C, Omni on off. And setting D, the Midi control number assignments for the control pedal and optional Roland EV-5 pedal inputs on the rear panel. When Midi mix mode is turned on, incoming Midi data received at the Midi import is passed along to the 2 Midi out ports, and the FC-100 Mark II will respond to incoming Midi program changes, changing its display to match the Midi program received. You will know that you are in Midi mix mode because the small LED next to the numeric display will flash. In this example, I have the Midi out from a Roland GR55 connected to Midi in on the RMC-1. And the Midi output is connected to the Midi input on a Roland XV5080. Well, with Midi mix mode off, I can change patches on the 5080 using the FC-100 Mark II. But when I change patches on the GR55, nothing happens. The messages are ignored by the FC-100 Mark II and not passed along to the XV5080. I'm going to power off the RMC-1. Next, I turn it on again while holding down the bank and control pedals. Now, I power down the FC-100 Mark II to save the changes. When the unit is powered up, you'll see the small LED flash indicating the FC-100 Mark II is in Midi pedal mode and that Midi mix mode is on. And when I change patches on the GR55, you'll see that the XV5080 changes patches as well. FC-100 Mark II also changes patches. To turn mix mode off, I turn the RMC off, power it on again while holding just the control pedal down, and then power the RMC off to store the changes again. When I power the unit up again, you'll see that small LED is lit solid, indicating that the FC-100 Mark II is in Midi mode, but Midi mix mode is off. Now let's change the Midi channel. Again, I will power the FC-100 Mark II up, holding down the control pedal. With the group switch set to A, press switches 1 through 8 to select Midi channels 1 through 8 respectively. With the group switch set to B, press switches 1 through 8 to select Midi channels 9 through 16 respectively. To turn Omni on or off, press the bank switch. When Omni is on, a block is displayed, and when Omni is off, a single horizontal line is displayed. The final settings are the Midi control assignments for the FC-100 Mark III control pedal and the 2 optional Roland EV-5 expression pedals plugged into the rear panel expression pedal jacks. From our editing mode, press the C pedal. You will notice the display cycles through C, L-6-5. This means that when the control pedal is in latching mode, and more about this later, Midi controller 65 is used. You will also notice that foot pedals 1 through 4 have flashing LEDs. Pressing the 1 switch will increment the Midi assignment by 10. Pressing the 2 switch decrements by 10. Pressing the 3 pedal adds 1 Midi controller number, so 55 will change to 56. And pressing 4 decrements this number. I'm going to set this number to 91, frequently used for reverb control. This will turn the control pedal into a reverb on-off switch when the control pedal is in latching mode. Pressing the C pedal again shows that in unlatching mode, the control pedal is assigned to MIDI controller 64, which is sustain. I'm going to change this to controller 1, modulation. Press the C pedal one more time and you'll see that expression pedal 1 is set to MIDI 7 or volume. Let's leave that one alone. Pressing C one last time shows that expression pedal 2 is set to 1 or modulation. Well, since I set the unlatching control pedal to 1 or modulation already, let's change that to MIDI 74, which is frequently used for filter cutoff. Okay, about latching and the control pedal. The small mode switch on the back of the FC-100 Mark II selects between latching and unlatching mode for the control pedal. Latching means that I press the switch once and the switch stays on or off until I press the pedal again. Unlatching means the switch is only on as long as I have my foot down. So let's see how this works. Now I can control volume with one pedal and filter cutoff with another. When the control pedal is in latching mode, I can turn the reverb effect on and off. And when it is in non-latching mode, I can add modulation when I hold the control pedal down. Surprisingly enough, the FC-100 Mark II has many more modes. In fact, there are a total of 5 modes, but the other 3 modes can be accessed only using system-exclusive commands. Also, while the FC-100 Mark II recalls the settings we just reviewed in the video and stores them, the 3 additional modes, which require system-exclusive commands in order to access, are not stored in memory and are lost when the FC-100 Mark II is powered down.